Next Level MetaMan here, and I've been where you are right now. Searching up hero deck profiles and trying to find that niche new tech card that'll spiral heroes into the powerhouse anti-meta deck that you've always dreamed it could be. Going through different deck profiles, seeing if someone thought of something absolutely genius that you can incorporate in your own deck and spin it to your own style. Maybe just that card or way to play the deck that you never thought of before, but with someone with as much experience as heroes as I have, I've tried everything. I've tried from fusion only to synchro to the whole Dark Law, standard way to play. Every single variation of that, all the tech cards infused with that, all the different weird variations. And through all this testing, through all this research, through all this, I found the best way to play heroes right now. And through all that, I honestly believe it's with Phantom Knights. Now hold up, before you click off the video, because I always know that thing that people do is that when they see something in the deck profile they don't agree with, they immediately leave. But please, just hear me out. A deck arose not too long ago around March to May, between that sort of time frame, and it topped a regional. The dude called it PK Hero. It worked off of Transmodify to tribute the Phantom Knights for Shadow Mist. It uses the recurability and refreshability of Lavier and the Phantom Knight engine to search trap cards. Trap cards that can help protect Dark Law from Regeki and things of that nature. Also gives access to rank 3s, which is a pretty good engine for dealing with background. Breaksword gives you access to a bunch of rank 4s, which gives you access to a big damage dealer like XYZ Rebellion Dragon, or at the same time, Master Key Beetle, which you can also use to protect Dark Law. Now, the issue with the main hero build right now is that it doesn't have a lot of versatility. Your turn can be ended just by a Solemn Strike, just by an Effect Veiler, just that one cog in the wheel that completely breaks down your turn. And sure, I've played heroes a ton. I know you can somehow work around that, but it's less consistent. The lockdown in this game potential how it is right now isn't really good for the normal way to play heroes. Paying 4,000 life points to special summon the Shadow Mist just to see it get Effect Veiler or Solemn Strike is heartbreaking. And with Cosmos, their mediocre hands can be some of your best. So at least try to hear me out on this. A bit of a disclaimer though, I'm not the one who made this deck. Now, I did have an idea to fuse Phantom Knights and Heroes, but I didn't really have a base. The dude who made this deck, linked down in his channel below, is a fucking genius. First time I played this deck, I really didn't like it that much. But then when I started to really see the combos, plays and all that, this deck's a fucking masterpiece. And after you play it, it'll be hard pressed to see any other variation of heroes to play at this current moment. It was the best hero deck I could think of that could fight Cosmo, and the best one to fight the formats coming up. Getting into the other variations of heroes and why they might not do all that well right now. Just starting with the regular standard way of play, the main way, the main goal of the regular standard way to play is Dark Law plus Reflasia. Get those two on board, you got a Dark Law and you have a guaranteed trap from the deck, which lets you play out of things like Twister and things of that nature. And that build probably runs the most trap lineup out of the game to make Reflasia viable to, have other things besides Reflasia and things of that nature. The main issue of this build right now is the fact that playing 4,000 life points for a Dark Law ain't as good as it used to be. Before, you will be able to throw up a Dark Law and your opponent will have to mine it so hard just to kill it. They couldn't possibly kill you and deal with the Dark Law. But that's not the case anymore. Reflasia's vulnerable to the point where if you bring out something strong enough to, deal with it, you're gonna have to bait the Reflasia, and many decks are capable of doing that. And the deck can't as consistently bring out Dark Law Reflasia as one would hope. Yes, it's like a 70-something percentile chance, but it's not every time, which brings issue to that. A simple Effect Veiler could Effect Veiler a Goblinberg, or even a, oh god, a hero Live Shadow Mist.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
Ah, jeez. Flashbacks, I'm sorry. But this engine that uses to special summon the Shadow Mist, Reflage, and all that, it's extremely vulnerable. And you don't have access to cards like Twin Twister. And sure, you can run Twin Twister anyway. No one's stopping you, none of that, right? But you can't plus off of a Twin Twister like you can with the decks. Sure, you can ditch a Shadow Mist and search a Bubble Man, but that's the best play you got. And you can only use one Shadow Mist effect per turn. So if you really want to do that, moving on to the second most viable play-to-play heroes, which is Destiny heroes. This variation is so hand reliant that you can either open up the best hand to get, you know, your ideal board, which is Dark Law, Void Ogre, Omega, and, you know, a bunch of other little things in between. But at the same time, it falls prey to a lot of the issues that the other deck has. This one lacks a lot of protection for Dark Law, except for maybe Void Ogre or something like that, or a Synchro that can protect them, and loses out a lot to things like Regeki and Dark Hole and just regular pop potential. The deck can really open up with some ugly hands, and almost every deck can do that, but it can get pretty excessive with Destiny heroes. Your recovery isn't as good as a lot of other decks either, in any other variation. The main hero deck, at least you could top deck something and get back into the game. Destiny heroes, not so sure. Now, moving on to the Phantom Knight version, the thing that makes it so good and the thing that makes it so perfect is that it gives you access to a lot of out of the way shit. You have almost a guaranteed Fog Blade search every single time you make your first turn play. You have cards like Wing that can help protect Darklaw and boost its attack. You have Cloak that can boost up Darklaw's attack to 32, allowing Darklaw to swing over your opponent's blue eyes and anything else they may have on field. Note that if it was a competition of the regular hero build versus the Phantom Knight build, the regular one would probably win because bringing out the Darklaw is a little bit more consistent, and the Phantom Knight version relies on its graveyard more heavily. Just quick note. Not only that, the attack boost normally lasts until the end of your opponent's turn. So your opponent can't just simply summon a Blue Eyes, attack over Darklaw. No, they're gonna have to wait on that. Darklaw is now a threat. It's now something that you can't just beat over. You're gonna have to use an effect. That's what Fog Blade's for. That's what Wing's for. And that's how this whole deck sort of works around. Now, Phantom Knights are really tied to the hip with Dante, right? And this is another thing that I feel that makes this deck so special, is that in this deck's case, Dante isn't where you get most of your advantage. It's Laviere that you get most of your advantage. You run 3 Laviere, 1 Dante. And a lot of people will be surprised by that because all you really need is 2 Phantom Knights. 2 Phantom Knights, and you can run off that engine all day long. The Phantom Knights can get you your Shadow Mist, they can get you your Mass Change and your traps, and bring back themselves with Laviere. Granted, you gotta run a lot of bad cards to do it, but in unison, the deck is solid. I really found a hard time trying to edit this deck to make it my own. My edits are small little tweaks in terms of what this deck is, and I really wish I could have taken it and really turned it into my own style of play, but this deck has been working phenomenally. I've been doing extremely well at locals, and this isn't the type of locals where you got that dude playing Mecha Phantom Beasts and fucking 6 Samurai. No, my locals pretty fucking competitive. Now, I was gonna go ahead and have the deck profile itself in the background here, but I really need to work on my setup, and I don't really want to put any half-ass shit up. But thank y'all for watching. If you agree with what I said about heroes, or you think there's a better way to play them, please let me know. I'd love to hear them. But tell me what you think about this. But until next time, peace.